The future of competitiveness in the African marketplace is not in the size of organizations. The future of competitiveness in the African marketplace is in organizations understanding and employing the infrastructures in the word tactic. The word tactic is not a civilian word. The word tactic is a military invention, a military jargon. For to be tactical is not the same as to be strategic. It's quite unfortunate that we use these phrases interchangeably at the marketplace as though they are one and the same. To be tactical is not the same as to be strategic. The leading treatise on the subject matter is a book that was compiled by a general, a fully decorated general, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Contrary to popular opinion that The Art of War by Sun Tzu is a book on strategy, The Art of War by Sun Tzu is a book on tactic. For in order for you to be tactical, you need to have a fuller and more in-depth awareness of your enemy, your opponent. So when one is employing tactic, one is using everything that they know about their opponent against their opponent. So if your opponent is larger, to be tactical would be you approach him from a point of exhausting their weight, their size. If your opponent is smaller, to be tactical would be to approach them from a point of their size. If your opponent is stronger, then to be tactical would be to approach them from a point of weakness so that you exhaust their strength. If your opponent is weaker, to be tactical would be you approach them from a point of strength as to choke their weakness. If your opponent is faster, then you approach them from a point of slowness so as to choke their strength. If your opponent is slower, then you approach them from a point of being faster so that you can work against them. That is what it's called to be tactical. One can never fully appreciate the subject matter around tactic without introducing another equivalent phrase, maneuver. Maneuver is another military invention, a military jargon. For to maneuver your enemy is to use that thing that you have understood about them against them. A classic example is when a snake clutches on their prey. A snake approaches its prey from this point. I realize I don't have limbs, and that is a disability. So a snake employs the limbs of its prey against its prey. Allow me to give you a classic analogy. When a snake clamps itself on a bull, a snake will clamp itself and use the way it will be twisting itself against that bull, to use the limbs and the hooves of that bull against that bull to choke life out of that bull. When a snake clamps on a bull, a snake will use the horns of that bull to choke life out of that bull. That is what it's called to be tactical. One can never be tactical without one understanding maneuver. One has to begin from point of maneuver so that you can reinforce your tactical positions. Tactic is a position that you assume as you study your prey, as you study your competition. Tactic is a position that you assume. Numerous maneuvers will inform tactic. Numerous tactics will inform strategy. Perhaps that's one of the reasons why your strategies are ineffective, because you approach strategy in isolation. Strategy was never meant to be approached in isolation. One first begins with the maneuver, then your maneuvers will improve your tactical positions, and your tactical positions now will help you with your strategic approaches. Strategic approaches come from tactical positions. My name is Ogwang, Omuga Ogwang, and I'm the principal at Franchise and Licensing Institute. And for the last 15 years, we have helped organizations just like yours convert their available intellectual property into their tactical positions. It's never quite a question of, Mr. Ogwang, do I have intellectual property? The question is only one. Do you know how to employ your available intellectual property to improve your tactical positions? At this point, allow me to ask you a question. This far into 2025, how tactical are you about your brand? How tactical are you about your product? How tactical are you about the positions that you occupy at the marketplace? If you need help with improving your tactics, if you need help with improving your maneuvers, then I can't wait to engage with you and take you on the greatest tactical journey of your entrepreneurial experience. Your intellectual property were not meant merely to be adversarial tools. Your intellectual property were meant to help you improve your tactical positions so that from tactical positions you can make informed strategic approaches. My name is Ogwang, and if there is something that I speak better than anyone alive, is intellectual property and how you can convert your available intellectual property into your tactical positions. This far into 2025, you need to be tactical. Until next time, take care, God bless, and I can't wait to engage with you. What are you waiting for? Let us engage.